Good morning, Year 5. It's Tuesday the 9th of February. It's your English lesson, and today we're going to be looking at antonyms. You will need a pen or a pencil and a piece of paper, but before we get going on the antonyms, let's do our handwriting. So today we're looking at joining the letter K. So we're going to be starting by doing K-A. We can see how you've got our approach stroke. You go up, you go round to the curly part of your K and then down, and then you lead into your A. So what I want you to do is write a row of K-A, and then you've got 3 words underneath. You've got skates, Alaska, so that's a part of America, so make sure it has a capital letter. And then you've got karma. Now karma is when, interesting word. Karma is like a feeling. It can be like a feeling, but also if you feel you've done something good, then you get something good back in return. So that's like getting karma, okay? And it's not spelt with a C-A-L, all right? So it's not to be calm. Karma is like a feeling. Right, now I want you to do a row of the letter K-O, the joining of K-O. And again, you can see this time how you lead from the top of the O, not from the bottom of the O. And then we have some words such as beckon and cuckoo. All right, so beckon means to ask somebody to come towards you when you beckon them towards you. So write a row of KOs and then a row of beckon and a row of cuckoo. So now we're looking at putting KA into these words. Make sure you join it carefully in an anti-clockwise joining with your letters. Right, so we've got space, rate, space yak, mere, space T, burr space, PAC, space GE, and then space NGAROO. So let's do one together. So we can see we've got space, rate. If we put the K-A into it, it makes karate. Okay, so karate is like a martial art. Now you do the rest. Pause the video while you do that. So how did you get on? Did you get karate, kayak, meerkat, burqa, package, kangaroo? So if we're not too sure what a burqa is worn by certain religions, the women in certain religions, to cover their face in public. Okay, a kayak is a piece of equipment you use to go on the water, and karate, like I say, is a martial art. A meerkat is those little creatures that poke their heads up or do that Simples ad on the TV, and the rest of them we should know. Now we're going to add either KO or KE to these words. Make sure you join them correctly, and let's see what words we have created. So here's our words with spaces in them. So you're either going to put a KO in that space or a KE in that space. Let's do one together. So is it CUCKOO or is it CUCKEO? And obviously you're right there if you went for the cuckoo. Okay, so pause the video now while you do the rest. How did you get on? So you should have had cuckoo, basket, workout, gecko, keyword and whiskers. So for this one, if you don't know what a gecko is, it's like a little tiny lizard. And we should know what whiskers are. Cats have them, or sometimes men have them, like a little beard, little spiky bits of their beard. To do a workout, you could do a physical workout. And a cuckoo, if you're not too sure what a cuckoo is a bird that is a bit of a naughty bird because it lays its eggs in other birds' nests, and when those birds hatch, they throw out the other little birds, and so that the parent birds feed the cuckoo. So the cuckoo manages then to survive when the other little birds don't. So that's what a cuckoo is. Right, we're going to go on to our spag part of our lesson now, and we're going to be looking at phrases. So what is a phrase, I hear you ask? And why is a phrase different from a clause? So a phrase either doesn't have a verb or it doesn't have a subject in it, or it doesn't have either in it. So let's remind ourselves of what a verb is. So a verb is a doing word, and a subject is the person who's doing the doing. So like, I am speaking, I being the subject, verb is I am, to do, and the speaking is what I am doing. All right, so let's have a look at one of these together so we understand what we're doing. For example, to the post office. So the phrase to the post office doesn't have a verb in it, doesn't have a subject in it. It has a noun, post office, it has a preposition, and it has a determiner, but it doesn't have a verb or a subject. A few green monsters. Again, this has no verb in it, it's just a phrase. All right, so it has adjectives in there to describe the monsters and a determiner and the noun monsters, but it doesn't have a verb. All right, so a phrase, general rule is a phrase doesn't have a verb in it. So if you've got a verb in it, and the ones we have to be careful of is the verb to be, which is I am, you are, we are, they are. Okay, so those ones are the ones we really, irregular verbs are the ones we have to look out for. So what I want you now to do is write out these groups of words, then circle the words which are just phrases. So let's do one together. I go swimming. I would write that out, I go swimming, and then would I circle this as a phrase? So I've got to think to myself, does it have a verb in? So it's got a subject, it's got I in it, to go. So can you put to in front of it, to go? Yes, it does. So it does have a verb in it. So is that a phrase? Absolutely not. It's not a phrase because it has a verb in it. So I wouldn't circle it. Right, so now it's your turn. So write out these groups of words, then circle the words which are just phrases. So here are our words. He likes it. We live on a farm this afternoon. Really fast, on the way to school, a yellow submarine. Frank has a caravan, I ate a piece of cake. So look at each individual group of words. So you've got like, he likes it. He likes it. Does it have a verb in there? Think to yourself, what is a verb? A verb is a doing word. So is he doing anything? Think about that. We live on a farm. Is there a verb in there? This afternoon, is there a verb in there? Think to yourself. Pause the video now while you write all those out, and then you're going to circle the ones which are just phrases. Remember, a phrase does not have a verb in it. So how did you get on? The ones you should have circled is this afternoon, there's not a verb there. Really fast, there's no verb there. On the way to school, no verb there. A yellow submarine, no verb there. So the reason why you didn't circle the other one, verb, likes is a verb, live is a verb, has is a verb, that's the verb to be, and ate is also a verb. So well done if you circled this afternoon, really fast, on the way to school, and yellow submarine. Right, your next activity I want you to do is to make 2 columns under the subheadings phrases or clauses. So here we've got some words, some little phrases or clauses together. So we've got behind the sofa, we're happy, at the back, these are all separate by the way, on the phone, those naughty boys, he's silly, let's play golf, little pork sausages, I go swimming, Ray sat down, they're fine. So we can see you've got a selection here of either phrases or clauses, and it's up to you to sort them into 2 columns. Oh, and obviously we got there at the back and long hairy legs. How could I forget long hairy legs? So let's do one together. Here are my 2 columns. I've got a column for phrases and a column for clauses. Here's my list again. And there's my long hairy legs. So there's my list of all things. I'm going to choose one of them. I'm going to look at on the phone. So where would I put on the phone? I asked myself, does that have a verb in it? If no, I'd put it on the phrases column. If yes, I'd put it in the clauses column. So does it have a verb? Let's look at the the words together. On the phone. Can I do any of those things? Well, I can be on the phone, but it's not got the verb to be in there. So on is a preposition, the is a determiner, and phone is a noun. So on the phone, I would put in my phrases column because it doesn't have a verb in it. Hope you're all understanding that. So you get each individual part, you look at it and you say, is that a phrase or is it a clause? Right, now it's your turn. So you've got your phrases and your clauses. You've got all your sentences there. So we've got behind the sofa, we're happy, at the back, on the phone, those naughty boys, he's silly, let's play golf, little pork sausages, I go swimming, Ray sat down, they're fine, at the back, long hairy legs. So you've got to decide whether it's going to go in the phrases column or the clauses column. Pause the video now while you do that. So, did you identify the phrases and the clauses correctly? So in your phrases column, you should have had behind the blue sofa, on the phone, those naughty boys, little pork sausages, long hairy legs, at the back. In your clauses, you should have we're happy because we are, the verb we are is the verb to be, I am, you are. Okay, he's silly, so he is again the verb to be, is. Let's play golf. Let us play golf. So the play is the verb. I go swimming. I go. You go, we go. There's the verb. Ray sat down. The verb to sit. Sat down. They're fine. They are fine. Okay, so again, the verb to be. I am, you are, we are. Okay, they are. So those are your clauses. They have verbs in them. Right, we're now going to be looking at our text. I'm going to be reading it through for you, and I want you to follow it with your eyes. Are you a budding wizard full of spells and magic? Do you long to be the finest wizard in all the land? If so, come along to our School of Wizardry and learn to be a master wizard. Don't miss out on this once-in-a-millennium opportunity. The School of Wizardry offers remarkable education for wizards of all calibers. Learn new skills from highly qualified professors of wizardry and enjoy our stunning curriculum, which boasts a multitude of outstanding classes. The choice of lessons here is unrivaled and includes preparing magic spells and inventing potions, broomstick manoeuvres and expert flying skills, specialist invisibility and advanced disguise, perfection in wand handling skills. Our exceptional school is renowned around the globe and places are highly sought after. Study here and we can guarantee you'll pass every wizard exam with flying colours. It is certain you'll be the envy of all your wizard friends. Study with the best. We have been rated super terrific in a recent inspection by the WSB. That's the Wizard School Board. And you won't find tutelage like this anywhere else in the universe. We also have up-to-the-minute equipment, beautifully decorated classrooms, and the most divine freshly cooked school dinners. So, what are you waiting for? Apply now. Come, join us. Leave other wizards far behind. Win in the world of wizards. So that was our text. And now we're going to think about using adjectives to make something sound wonderful, something brilliant. So imagine we've got the Wizard Hotel here. So we can see, come along to the Something Wizard Hotel. The view is with skies and scenery. Scenery means how it looks, the views from maybe the windows. The something rooms are whatever you would think a room should be. If you were to go and stay in a hotel, what would you hope the rooms would be like? You can laze, that means relax, by the pool and enjoy the something service from our something staff. So, thinking about words to make something sound wonderful, what would you put in those gaps? Pause the video now while you write that out. When you are writing it for us to send in, can you underline the words you've put in so that we can see what amazing words you have chosen? Now you've done that, what antonyms can you come up with to replace these words? Write a table replacing the words below with suitable antonyms. Now, do you remember what an antonym means? An antonym means the opposite to what it is. So like good, bad, kind, unkind, flat, bumpy. So words to replace. So here we are, we've got our table of outstanding, astonishing, breathtaking, sensational, awesome, spectacular, extraordinary, unbelievable, wondrous, amazing, staggering, incredible. These are all words which are quite boastful words. So can you think of words that would mean the opposite to any of that? Have a think about that. Think about any words that you can think if you want to make something sound unappealing, uninviting, unattractive. What words can you come up with? Brilliant if you come up with words like boring, uninviting, plain, dull, rubbish, rude, impolite, everyday, normal. Absolutely, those are words which you think, gosh, if I went to a normal school where everything was boring and everybody was impolite and the food was rubbish and the rooms looked really dull and uninviting, yeah, you wouldn't want to go there. So now we're going to look at that same hotel. And this time, instead of it making sound the best place to go, what words would you put in there to make it sound the worst hotel that anybody would ever want to go to? So come along to the crumbling Wizard Hotel. The view is with the skies and the scenery. The something rooms are something. So for example, the tiny rooms are cramped, or the untidy rooms have no facilities. So think about what you could put in there to make sure it sounds like the worst hotel. We look forward to seeing your synonym and your antonym work. Take care, Year 5.